Welcome, everybody. I'm Joe from the Game House. Today, we'll be doing a 2025 NFL mock draft for the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings are on the clock in our 2025 NFL mock draft series. We'll be doing mock drafts for every NFL team before and after free agency before we get to the 2025 NFL draft. We're going to be using the NFL mock draft database simulator because I like the way it meshes big boards from across the internet to make their own big board. And we'll be rejecting all trades to keep it as realistic as possible. Vikings made the playoffs last year, looked really good, had Sam Darnold, things fell apart in the playoffs. Looks like they're probably moving on from him, whether they get a different veteran or go with JJ McCarthy. So we'll probably mold this mock draft off of kind of not going in a quarterback direction, even though I do have my doubts about JJ McCarthy being able to lead this team, although the structure they have in there is very good for him. I think we're going to start this one off with Walter Nolan. I know I picked him in the last mock draft for the Packers, but they really need some defensive linemen, I think, to really help out here. He's a very athletic one, and I think if you can get him to focus, I think he could be a very, very good top tier defensive lineman in the NFL in the future. So at pick 24, that's a really good pick, I think, and a good value there. And now you have to wait till pick 97, which could make things tough for the Vikings. They only do have 4 picks. So we'll do our best here to kind of get some guys who can create an impact early. This pick, I'm going to go Darian Porter, a guy that can help a corner right away. You know, he had Stephon Gilmore, but he's getting older. Porter is a guy who is very, very fast. They're going to see how they run at the combine. That goes on later this week, and we'll see how he does. But a guy that you might see and think that they can mold into a very, very good corner at the next level. Pick 140. A lot of options here. It's got it all over the place with what it wants me to take. We'll go Seth McLaughlin, the center from Ohio State. Looked like a start to a good season for him before he got hurt. He ends up getting hurt, missing that national championship run, but can really help the interior of this offensive line. I think he can play guard as well. Pick 161. There's still some guys on the board from pick 140. So like Chase Lunt was there, obviously. Um, it's gonna be tough. We'll go Jeffrey Bassa out of Oregon, the linebacker. I think a guy who can at least help you play special teams to start. Maybe you can develop into something later on. The Vikings are specifically a tough team to do a mock draft for because they do have some needs like that are pretty glaring, like defensive line and maybe corner. But you also just don't know what they're going to do in free agency before the draft. If they're going to roll with JJ McCarthy, if they're going to go get a veteran quarterback, can they possibly get a number 3 receiver to go with Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson? Just a lot of question marks there, but still a very, very good team overall. So this is their mock draft. I like it a lot, actually, with what they were able to come away with the few amount of picks. But let me know what you think in the comments below. We got Walter Nolan, defensive lineman out of Ole Miss, very athletic player, a guy who I think could start from day one for you and improve that defensive line room pretty quickly. Darian Porter, the corner out of Iowa State, a guy who's supposed to athletically test well, but we'll see how he does at the combine. Seth McLaughlin, the interior offensive lineman at Ohio State, played center at Ohio State and at Alabama before that. Probably can play guard as well to help out on the interior. And Jeffrey Bassa, the linebacker out of Oregon, should at least give you special teams help to start and possibly could develop into a starting linebacker down the road. Let me know what you think of this mock draft down in the comments below. We'll be doing more NFL mock drafts for every NFL team before we get to the 2025 NFL draft. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.